Hello and welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I'll be taking you through 10 midfielders under £10 on Sorare. As always, do your own research on these players. I'll be saving my top pick till last. And if you're brand new to Sorare or haven't signed up yet, please use the link in the description. When you buy 5 limited cards from auction, you'll get 1 free card from Sorare. And if you're brand new and have any questions on Sorare, leave a comment below on this video or DM me on Twitter. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Starting off with a bang, and it's Rob Scoffs. This player is very underrated on Sorare. I do own his super rare, so again, I might be a little bit biased towards this, but just look at those scores when he does play. So this is filtering out to all the games that he has started in the Pro League in Belgium. As you can see, he's very consistent over 50s, and he can hit those 100 scores, including the last game of the season for Mechelen as well last season. Limited price, about £5 or £6, and he's just signed a new contract this summer, so he's going to stay there until at least 2027, all being well. Another Jupiler Pro League player on the list, and it's Kadri. So Kadri is highly linked to Club Brugge and Ajax over the summer, and as you can see from his scores, he can hit those 60s, 70s, and even into the 90s as well. If he does get a move to likes of Club Brugge, Ajax, etc., be even a better player on terms of SO5 scoring, and he is under 23 and eligible for at least one more season on Sorare too. Joel Palhinha is the next player looking at on this midfield list. Now he does currently play for Fulham in the Premier League. He has been linked with some top teams this summer. Personally, I do think he will stay at least one more season with Fulham, which could be good for his scores. And he is very consistent, so the 40s, 50s, and he can get those higher peaks as well, including 70s. He hit 101, so I won't expect that from him too many times, but he's a very consistent player in terms of thresholds, maybe in your Premier League Pro teams as well. Very nice player, nice steady player in your midfield position. And he'll set you back the high end of these brackets, the £10, £9 mark. But I think he is worthy. He's signed for a lot of money to Fulham, linked to some top teams. Again, the 50s, he's more or less guaranteed the 50 scores in your threshold teams. Real Betis Rodriguez, a centre midfielder, is definitely a hidden gem on Sorare. Again, this is the second player I own on this list, and it'll be the last one, but I do rate him very highly. Just look at these scores in last season. So if you're looking for a champ midfielder, look no further than Rodriguez. He can hit the 50s, 60s into the 70s. Again, another good threshold player if you're looking for that type of player in your team. Set you back £6 more or less. Again, linked to some high teams. Very, very good player. Wins a lot of tackles in that Betis team. Again, another one to add to your watch list for the up-and-coming season. Patrick Wimmer, the Wolfsburg midfielder, is a great player to have on Sorare. He does share set piece at the moment in time with Arnold, who I own. Wimmer is also under 23 for another couple of seasons, which is a very good shout as well. He'll set you back about £7, £8 in the limited category. And as you can see from his scores, when he does play, he can get those high scores and quite consistent as well, to be honest. As I mentioned before, he does take set PCs, takes a lot of free kicks for Wolfsburg, and links with some good teams as well, so keep an eye on transfer links. But again, if you're looking for an under 23 midfielder, that's not in the range of under £10, Wimmer might be one of your best shouts. Leicester have recently signed Harry Winks for around £8 to £10 million in the Championship. He's a very technical player in that middle of the park. So you can't really look at his past scores on Sorare just because he's going to a completely different league. But I do think in that new Leicester system, where they should play possession-based football, he should really work well in that team. His limited price, you could probably argue maybe under £5, maybe just above that, to be honest. Very good midfielder, 27 years old, in the Championship, so remember 46 games this up-and-coming season. Definitely one to look at for over the up-and-coming European season. Monaco's Golovin is the next midfielder on the list. Now, I couldn't believe how cheap this player was. At £9 in the limited category, just look at these scores for Monaco. So towards the end of last season, he probably dropped off a little bit. He does share set PCs, corner kicks, etc. Does play in those advanced 10 roles, camp out wide as well on the left-hand side. He did start the friendly, most recently for Monaco as well. A very cheap option for the Champion Europe section this season. You definitely want to add to your watch list this season. Keep an eye on his price, and if you are looking for a further forward midfielder that can get involved with goals and assists at under £10, Golovin might be your man. Ibrahim Sangare. Now I'm sure a lot of you guys will know him on Sorare from his past few seasons with PSV. As you can see from his scoring history, he was an absolute monster in terms of SO5 scores. His limited price, about £9–10. Now a quick note on this one, he might be leaving PSV this summer for a transfer. He was linked away last season and also obviously this summer as well. Just be very careful. In terms of a transfer, if he goes to a top 5 league, I can see him put up some good scores, not as good scores as obviously he was at PSV. So again, just want to keep an eye on over the summer. And if he does stay at PSV in September, you've got yourself a great card for under £10. Spanish midfielder Dada is the next player on the list. Now just a quick note on this player. Espanyol were relegated last season. However, Sorare do cover the second division in Spain. I personally believe that Dada will make a move this summer. He has been linked to Barcelona, a few teams in La Liga, and also a couple of teams in Italy. However, if you just check his scores out here in the league last season, look at those scores, 50s, 60s and 70s, very consistent champ player. So if you are looking for the threshold, he's definitely one of those top players to look at. And his limited price at the moment, roughly about £7. Saving the best to last, in my opinion, is Ballagard. Now this guy single-handedly kept Strasbourg in the league last season, in my opinion. Just look at those scores when he does play. Great all-round player. There's not much more to say. Limited price, £8 roughly at the moment. Only 25 years old. Has been linked to some big teams in Europe too, so keep an eye on transfers. But go and do your own research, and this is my top tip in the midfielder category. As always with these videos, make sure you do your own research on these players. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video, the under £10 forwards. If you missed the Defender episode, I'll leave a link in the description of this video.